Hi, I'm Keely from Sugar Clouds Crumbs, and I'm here today in the Cookmate kitchen to show you how I pipe my flower cupcakes. So the first one that I'm going to show you how to pipe is what I call Rose Swirl. And the way that I do that is I use what's called a Wilton 2D nozzle. It's got a closed star tip. So I've filled this with buttercream already. I've coloured it using Pro Gel Pink. Just need a tiny bit of this to get this colour. You have to make sure your piping bag is really tight. And you hold it just with your hand here like this, and all the pressure is going to come from your hand. So you start in the middle, squeeze, go round, stop squeezing, pull away, and then you can just tuck that bit in at the end. Okay, so that's the Rose Swirl. The next one I'm going to show you, it's using the same nozzle, it's the Hydrangea flower. Okay, so to do the Hydrangea, it's Wilton 2D nozzle. Squeeze, I do a little twist like that and release. And I turn the cupcake as I go, rather than moving the piping bag. Fill in the middle. Now it's a bit flat at the moment, so I tend to just put a few more on the top, just anywhere I think it needs a little bit of height. So there you go, that's the Hydrangea one. So the next one I'm going to show you is these ones here. I call those, they're like little rosebuds, I'd say. So this is using a different nozzle. It's much bigger. You can see how much bigger it is than the previous one. It's a Russian nozzle. This is a 14L. These can be quite tricky. You have to make sure that your cupcake's always flat ice to start with, like this. So you need something for it to grip onto. So with these, I start in the middle. You have to make sure that you're attaching it to the cupcake, because if you start up here and squeeze, it's not going to attach. So you have to make sure that you're stuck down on the cupcake like this. So you give a squeeze, and as you're squeezing, you pull up, and then you let go. Do it again. These ones are quite tricky to get used to. But if you make sure that you attach it to the cupcake first, and then squeeze and pull up, and let go. That's it so far. It's looking a little bit plain. So it just needs some leaves in there. So for this, I'm using a Wilton, I think this is a Wilton 352. When you're using this one, you have to make sure, can you see there's a little bird's beak? So you have to make sure that it's facing that way. Don't have it facing that way, always having it as if it's a bird's beak. And then you just dot it in where you think there needs to be leaves. So I'm going to put some in here, squeeze it, pull it out, and it gives a nice little leaf shape like that. There we go, that's the Rosebud one. Right, so the last one I'm going to show you today is this middle flower. I haven't actually got a name for that one, it's one I've just made up, but I think it's quite pretty. I've only done this one a couple of times, and when I practiced it this morning I did it completely wrong. I started in the middle and got to the outside and it just didn't work, so I think I need to start at the outside and work inwards. So for this one, I've got a Wilton 104 nozzle. And you always have the narrower part of the tip at the top and the wider part at the bottom. So that's what gives you your petal shape. So make sure your bag's tight. I'm just going to start on the outside, just squeeze and do little petal shapes like this. So just keep squeezing, do little petal shapes, just in a little arch. So that's one layer. So then I'm going to do a second layer. So I just start just so it's overlapping the previous one. Just keep turning the cupcake as I go. So that's 2 layers. So then I'm going to do the middle bit, the green part. This is a Wilton 4 nozzle, I think. It might be a 3, but it's just a small round nozzle is all you need for the middle. So just start in the middle, just squeeze and pull up, and you'll have all different lengths at different angles, and sometimes they break off like that one did, but it's fine. It's just makes it look more natural, just like that. And then you just need to use this final tip just to finish it off. This is a Wilton 81. Can you see it's like a little smiley face? So it's actually more like a sad face, it's pointing down. So you just start, so you're just pulling up and over, so it's going over the green in the middle. And you just keep going. You still want to see the green. So it's just like that. And I'm just going to tighten the bag again. And at this time I'm going to hold it so it's more the smiley face up. And I'm just going to come out at an angle instead. So it's like that. And I'm going to do another layer of those. Just turning it all the time. Just starting underneath where that last layer is. And there you go, that's the finished cupcake. So that's all the flower piping from me today. I'd just like to say thank you to Cookmate for letting me use their kitchen. They've got a fantastic cake decorating range downstairs in the shops. If you haven't been in before, please do pop in and have a look. Also, a massive thank you to F8 Creates for filming this video. We're all raising money for the Megan Baker House Children's Charity. So if you've enjoyed watching this video, please donate on our Just Giving page, The Great Worcester Cake Off. If you'd like to order one of my bouquets, all of my contact details will be in the description below. Thank you for watching.